Be sure to go to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. It's a good deal and helps with the show, as does going to the Grizzly Gentleman for your beard products. Today's video, well, first of all, what's up, Planeswalkers? There's expect more Magic the Gathering Arena. Today's video is also brought to you by my second channel, Sixth and Stuff. I have just started a Baldur's Gate 3 Let's Play, whatever. I'm having episodes of that on the channel. Right by now, I think only episode 0 should be up, so that's me creating my character, and then it'll come out periodically on Sixth and Stuff as well. Today, as I think all of you know, it's Bolas. It's Wednesday. That said, we did really well last time, so we have no changes to the deck, and of course, Arena is going to be very. Thank you, Arena. Yeah, we don't have any changes to the deck. I'm pretty sure we at least brought in almost everything except Aether Gust. We really didn't see any Gruul decks, so Aether Gust is the most likely card to get changed out. And next week, starting this Saturday, we will be attempting to grind Bolas up to Mythic. I believe that's technically it for the news portion of the intro of the video. I am Joe Sell. I don't know what that means. I assume it's a reference to something. A bit of an awkward hand, but I don't hate a double Thought Erasure opener. So we'll probably start off with the Steamed Vents, aka Steamed Clams. Elspeth plus Cryptic commands makes me think this is a... Alright, well, not that. That's not what I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be a blue-white control deck. I was close. Let's see. So it's Bant Control. I think I just hit the Explorer, then the Teferi, to be honest. Do I care about the Explorer? I'm just gonna take the Teferi now. I'll take that Narset too. Yeah, because I'll be able to... I could Narset next turn. We're gonna Explore. I think I Narset this turn. And attempt to Thought Erase next turn. Obviously, I'm not a huge fan of the metal lands I have, but I think that's probably fine.
Those who cannot perceive beyond the village meditate and prepare.
I'll take another Narset. Shadow's Verdict isn't going to do all that much in this matchup. I assume they're just going to pass here. Yep. So what we're going to do is we're going to play this Swamp. Blue, yep. And we're going to do... Well, we're going to start off with a Narset, actually. Technically, I shouldn't have swamped yet, but whatever. I'll take this Languish. It's useless. We're going to erase some Thoughts. Our opponent shouldn't necessarily counter this, but I'm fine if they do, because then I just get to land my Search for Azcanta, which will smooth out the rest of my draws. Yep, that's absolutely fine with me. Play Search, and we get to smooth out the rest of our draws. Our opponent can't draw things. They could tap out for a Teferi and bounce my Narset. However, I'm able to just replay the Narset that my opponent knows about. So I'm not too afraid of the situation. I am turning up my volume, though. They did nothing interesting. Going to graveyard that, because we do not need any more lands. And that's okay, I suppose. So what they could have here is a Shark Typhoon. My assumption is that my opponent has a Shark Typhoon. Nope, just Growth Spiral. Alright, that's fine. So they're playing Explore and Growth Spiral. So, Explore, Growth Spiral, counter spells to Fairy. I assume Uro, and there's probably 1 or 2 Ugin 8s in the deck, is my guess. Why? Why would you... Got'ems. They always forget Narset. No matter how long Narset... Ooh, crack my back. Has been around. They always forget Narset. They have one counter spell. Graveyard. I just don't need the lands. Thank you very much. Nicol. Bolas. I think I will cast this Narset. In order to pave the way for my Nikki B next turn. 1, 2, 3. I don't think I'll need to play that untapped. It's not going to matter all that much, to be honest. But obviously, like, being able to... I mean, the thing is, they have Explores and Growth Spirals. And Counterspells, so, like, plus 2ing this one isn't as great. Yeah, see, I'm fine with that. Let me just pass the turn. Plus 2ing this isn't as great as just plus 1ing it. Elder Gargoth. Ooh, Graveyard. Okay. They have 2 mana. I can absolutely get countered here. This is what, -4s to kill something? This costs 4 total. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'd be able to pay for Quench. Okay, so they most likely didn't have a counterspell, but I really didn't want to risk it. The issue, of course, now is they might have a counterspell. Library, transform. That said, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah. This is actually fantastic. I can just cast Nicol Bolas and hold up Azcanta. So, yeah. We should be essentially in a winning situation here. My opponent had this one error, but I honestly don't think that it mattered. Can't draw. Narset is very helpful against this deck. They might as well do this. Pretty sure, though, the plan is just going to be... Well, we'll have to see what we get off of Azcanta, but essentially we just cast Nikki B, yeet this, and keep on swinging. Bit of a greed thing to keep those in there, knowing that I have a flippable Bolas. I mean, you knew, like, wait. No, we bring in the Thoughtseizes, Necromentia, potentially. We definitely want the Sharons. Ashiok's not terrible, it's just random stuff. Thought Distortion, obviously. Necromentia, potentially. Thundering Rebuke actually hits Planeswalkers, so I don't mind it. Carnarium needs to go. Bruh. Okay. Wait, no. Why is it doing that? Whoa! It's a hand. What is that hand? Oh, this is the animation for... Dude, it's the animation for the sleeves. There's an animation trigger. So I've looked at the game files for this. So yeah, this is the overlay animation for the sleeve, and it's for some reason triggering on that. That's hilarious. Languish, I need less than Shadow's Verdict. And I don't think I'll need Shadow's Verdict. Technically speaking, shut up. Fix your muffler. Technically speaking, it does hit Uro, but I don't think it's worth having here. Bloodchief, Thirst kills things. All right. Rebuke. Could get rid of one Necromentia. I don't have the best information here, but I mean it's still reasonable to have. I'll probably get rid of a Thundering Rebuke. Do I want to bring anything in? I don't think bringing in Cage is worthwhile. And this is fine. I do have a question from the Discord. Pyro, the hipster dragon, asks, while I'm pretty sure we will get a brand new Planeswalker in Kaldheim, since Wizards are on a trend of adding at least one new Planeswalker with one old Planeswalker, I want to ask, what current Planeswalkers do you think might make an appearance in Kaldheim? This hand is bad. This hand is... it's okay. And I'll keep it because I'm greedy. I will yeet Nikki B. I will yeet Ashiok. So what I want to see here is a Shockland. That's not a Shockland. I'm still going to go for the Greed Keep, though. The Greed Line, I should say. I don't want them drawing cards, I guess. Like, I don't care about this. I'm honestly going to take the Gross Pile here. They play this tapped? They might play this tapped. But I think they play this tapped. Yeah. Didn't get there. Next turn we Thought Erase. They're going to hold up Neutralize. Might as well play this. Doesn't actually play around anything, but... well, they actually... if all they have is Neutralize, they should Neutralize. So they have something else. I would like another land next turn so I can Thought Erase and Mazemind Tome. As for Planeswalker appearances on Kaldheim, I got... and I will pay for this. They had nothing! Really? So they're gonna get rid of farmland, I guess. Sure. Yeah, Uro, whatever. Probably just Ashiok next turn. Just to get it out. They're gonna probably put Castle... no, they're gonna put one of these tapped in. Blue. They tapped wrong. Now they don't have any blue up. So yeah. I mean, they're really... oh, no, they just had a second Uro. Sure. Yeah, no, so this makes my Ashiok play even better. Yeah, so I'm just going to Ashiok next turn. I still am fine with Narset here. Yeah, so I'm just going to draw that and accept it. I'm just going to Ashiok. I could technically... good game. I'm going to say good game. Good game. I could technically have paid 2 to draw and hoped that I'd get a land, but that is greed that I cannot abide. Interesting. No. I will just draw. Invase. Well, cast Narset. Sure, that's fine. They can still Ardent Veil. I'm doing this mostly to get more information on my opponent's deck, just in case we do go to a game 3.
My epilogue of fear.
I have access to Mazemind Tome. But I do want to pretend I have something else. So, they do have Shark Typhoons. They kept in Wrath of God. They have Pact of Negation, which is interesting. They kept in Wrath of God. That makes me think they just don't have much in this matchup. Anyway, I think it'd be interesting to see the Wanderer there. The Wanderer kind of, like, poked their head out in Ikoria. So it'd be interesting to see the Wanderer. Someone, who is this? Sir Misty Man Dude Guy put Kasmina in the little thing, but Kasmina is almost certainly going to be in the Strixhaven. Like, there's no way that she's not there. Okay. I think I just cast this. Hope they don't have a counter. Looks like they probably have a counter. I mean, we didn't hit many of their counters. Okay, Growth Spiral. Not a counter. Okay, cool. I'm gonna keep Ashiok around. I might end up using this Mazemind Tome just to scry. I mean, for what it's worth, the Scarab God currently does not have any targets that I can get. I will block.
Relent.
Yo, game, where's the music at? Yeah, where's the music is just gone. Do I scry here? If I scry here, if I just scry here, would you scry with me and just forget the world? Okay, I'll draw this. Main phase. Pay 2 life for this. Play this. Cool. I have to discard this. For what it's worth, I have 2 blockers for Ashiok, but I don't think I need Ashiok anymore. Yeah, let's use it. Let's see what we get from him. Very glad I made that decision. And I will attack. They're almost certainly going to block here. Preventing 5 damage, I think, is much... Okay, never mind. I thought it was going to be much more valuable than... Yeah, you did that in the wrong time frame, I think. End of turn, I'm gonna Maze my Tome. Wrath of God. It's fine, Scarab God's gonna come back to my hand. Search. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, if I get a land, I search and... Alright, so I'm probably going to... Well, no. I still think it's correct to just play Scarab God. It's the most annoying thing for my opponent to deal with. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just better. I'm 1 mana away from, I guess technically I could have done something for that. We are going to... This could be a very large... Oh, this could be a very large, what's its name? Activate Scarab God. Okay, cool. This game should really be over. I do not remotely care. Teffers.
I won't hide from the world any longer.
Yep.
You need to
How
slow
expected. Sure. I get to just kill Teferi. I know it cost me mana. Yeah, you might be saying, why not just kill this? He can make blockers for it anyway.
I suppose that's how it was meant to happen.
Mm-hmm. And I think I'm just gonna throw away this Thought Erasure. Could throw this Thought Erasure away, but I'll keep it around for some reason. Is that who I think? Is that who I think is gonna be on Kaldheim? I can't really see anyone else. I mean, I've heard people say that Angrath is likely, and yeah, I think that's reasonable. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gonna do it now. It's fine, alright? It's fine. They don't have discard. I play too conservatively, alright? It's so... You have no idea how difficult it is for me to play in an aggressive fashion, even when I'm playing control. Like choosing to just, like, cast things willy-nilly. I have to make so many, like, decisions, and I have to think about it for so long. Does it attack me last turn? For real? Oh no, Elder Golgoth. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna flip my Bolas. I was thinking the same thing. Bow to ba, dang dang. Put the target. So I could do that. Well, this has reach. Remember, Justin, it has reach. Has vigilance, reach, and trample. I was legit about to attack. So I could just kill this, but that's no fun. I think instead... Yeah, I think instead I'm going to get their Teferi back and bounce this.
I have defeated death.
So yeah, I could deal 10 damage to it, but instead I'm going to get back Tefers and put this in their deck. Thank you. I went up 1%. Endgame, or match 2. Cool. Alright. Let's see. Master Cryomancer asks, do you want Liliana to return in non-core sets in the future, maybe as a redeemed healer? Absolutely. For what it's worth, I don't think she'll ever stop being a Necromancer. But I do think she's going to be relatively likely to become a healer as well. I realize this is Wizards holding the story. There's a non-zero possibility that she stopped being a Necromancer. I don't like that eventuality. I would much prefer if she becomes a healer in addition to her being a Necromancer. But I'm absolutely excited for the continuation of her story. I think so far she's gone through a really interesting character arc. And now she's being pursued, like, after finally making a decision that was beneficial. I'm excited. Liliana is, like, besides Bolas, like, if you take Bolas out of the picture, I think Liliana is probably my favorite character. Okay, so Kihira Orphan Guard is often not going to be what you think it is in best of 3. So this Cry of the Carnarium is essentially worthless. Now, obviously, if my opponent happens to be playing a tribal deck, like Cat Trouble or whatever, then keeping this hand is okay. But this is almost certainly going to be a, like, blue-white control deck. So I'm going to mulligan this. Have to mulligan this as well. I can keep this. We get rid of the Languish and the Scarab God. Yeah. Because now we have blue, black, and green. Yep. Wow. Who would have thought? This is the only one that has to come untapped. That's one of the things that's very important. When playing control especially, but just in best of 3. We'll get rid of Teferi here. Emiria's Call is like super later on, and I'm not worried about Wrath of God. Like, oh no, kill my Nikki B. It's still a 2-for-1. I guess here they just Kikira into their hands, but I mean I've okay.
My prowess is unmatched by my
Reasonable.
hone your prowess.
What do they get? Teferi. Unfortunate. We play this tapped, and we Thundering Rebuke this, because Bloodchief's Thirst can kill the Teferi. So we Rebuke Narset.
I won't forget our time together.
Interesting. The fact that they didn't put this into their hand makes me think they do have a counterspell, but at the same time, gotta force them to have it. Cool, they didn't have it. They can just Wrath me next turn, but it's possible that they're more likely to just Tefer's Flicker my Bolas? I'm not sure. They got rid of one of their lands, so I assume one of these is a land, unless they're just abandoning Emiria's Call here. Even though, honestly, I think Emiria's Call is one of the better cards in this matchup. Insofar as it gives them something to do late game. Okay, so yeah, one of these was a land. There's not really a reason for me to Shadow's Verdict. So I'm just going to do that and pass. I'll get to Teferi Plus. And hopefully, this card is not a counterspell. So far, we've seen no counterspells. We've only seen 13 of their cards. They Kahira now. Interesting. Alright, well. And I get their Narset for good measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no! I did that prematurely. Because now they have Emir's Call. Emiria's Call. Yeah, I did that prematurely. I was too worried about Teferi. Wait, I'm so confused. And they shocked themselves. So they have 4 mana up? 4 mana doesn't allow them to Arden Veil or Vantress. What? Unless they oopsed. Counterspell? By that I mean absorb. Okay, we're gonna go and concede this match. Bring the Thoughtseizes, bring in the Necromancias, the Distortion, the Sharon. I don't need the Ashrok in this matchup. We'll keep the Rebuke. I might want to keep the Shadow's Verdict, honestly. It helps against Kahira, at least. Oh, right, Cries. I was wondering what I was missing. I guess we'll get rid of one of the verdicts. Yeah, I think I want everything else. Alright, we might, this might be our first loss with Bolas in a while. Which is understandable. We might... Not sure. I'll need to triple check with my previous games to see kind of where the matches have lied. The archetypes. It might be better to skew the main deck a little bit more towards control right now, because I am seeing a lot of that. For what it's worth, I did have to mulligan to 5 that game, so... Typically, that's not what you want to do against control. Okay, they mulligan. Very helpful for me. It'd be more helpful, obviously, if I had some discard spells in my hand, but I do not. I'm going to make myself some ham biscuits for dinner today. Anyone who says you can't do breakfast for dinner is a loser. Did not get a thing. We're going to keep these in our hand for right now. They are variable. We can choose what we need them to be. Next turn, and Narset, I am a little worried about a Dovin's Veto out of the side. But Narset in this match is pretty nice. Also, it's just the fact that I can Narset directly into Nicol Bolas. So, even if this gets countered, it does... Well, I guess it doesn't technically mean Bolas is less likely to get countered, so... This could be a Quench, could be a the Cycle one. I cannot think of the Cycle one's name right now, but... Mystical Dispute instead. That is... kind of good that that's what they used there. Yeah, drawing 3 lands in a row, pretty bad. Well, if nothing else, my Chandra will resolve. Will likely get removed immediately, but... Just to make sure, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Yeah, I've drawn 3 lands in a row. Or, no. How many freaking cards? Are you serious, though? What did I do to deserve this? Can't counter this, punk. They could have brought in Aether Gust. No way you actually... No way you brought in Aether Gust. Okay. She's probably going to die. But I'm putting my opponent on a clock. Cast out. Interesting.
I'm sorry. Hope it's not too hot for you.
I can't draw lands for the rest of the game. Especially not these next, like, 3 turns. I cannot draw any more lands. I guess I'm gonna draw lands. This is one of the better ones to draw. Mazemind Tome. Okay. I don't think they have Shark Typhoon on their hand, but they probably just Vantress or Ardenvale here. I don't remember seeing them have draw spells. Yeah, our deck did not want to play nice with us this match. First game we mulled a 5. Second game, we just draw so poorly. Dude, blow up my land, please. Kahira? I was about to say, you don't play Kahira here, do you? Are you serious? What have I done? I can pay 3. Yep, absorb. I'm gonna go ahead and tome now. I could technically draw a discard spell. Just another land, you know. Just another land. It's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of 17 cards have been actual spells. %70 of my deck are non-lands right now. 70%. I don't like to complain. Sometimes you gotta, though. They bottomed both. That's helpful, I suppose. But when like a lot of this is darkened and none of this is, it's pretty bad. Did they not even hit me with Kihira? I don't even remember. I can kill it, but I'm gonna draw first. Oh, it's a Thought Erasure. This is absolutely getting countered. Yep. This is probably going to get countered as well, but I would really like it to resolve. Okay, I would really like it to stay on the field. Never mind. Well, I'm 2 for winning them. Unfortunately, I have no way. Should I be playing Feed the Swarm in this deck? Wouldn't be terrible. Luckily, my opponent seems to have not been drawing terribly well either. But the thing is, they have a Sphinx's Revelation in the deck. I don't. Come on, I want you to counter this so bad. Do it. Do it. Do it. Yes! Baited. Absolutely baited. Could kill this. Not going to. Going to steal one of your cards.
To watch you struggle.
Yeah, cast Hornvale. Have fun. Probably should have known that was my best play. One on top, one on bottom. So I'm going to get a counterspell or something here. Yeah, it's fine.
You came here with a plan.
Let's turn. I think it was probably the best to +2 here. They would like to destroy that. Huh, I do still have a couple swamps, luckily. Give myself full control again. They wanted to reshuffle from the Vantresses. Is there a point in me Mazemind Tome here? I guess not. No, they have enough mana. I feel like they really should have cast Vantress on their upkeep. Do we miss? So about 70% non-lands. That bait was very important. I can't express enough how important it was.
I am eternal.
The thing is, my opponent had an Ardenvale. They essentially had no reason to counter it. They had an Ardenvale and a Vantress. I have nothing. I keep drawing nothing. This card's a bluff, almost certainly. I'm gonna +2 first.
A mind is an easy thing to waste.
If I get a counterspell, it potentially protects something that I'm gonna draw afterwards. It also forces them to use their Vantress here. Sure. Okay, what we don't want to see is top. Okay, don't veto. Sure. I would like to get, preferably a Planeswalker. Any will do. This is also sufficient. Can I cast this and then immediately use it? No, I'm 1 off. Damn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could force them to discard whatever this is. Contact creature spell. And do you remember when I plussed this first? Because if I got a counterspell, it let me resolve the next thing. Opponent has double Vantress out. I still think that they've been making mistakes by not Vantressing. For what it's worth, I don't think they could do it here. Let's see. Yeah, cool. Unfortunately, that was game 2. Now I have to go to game 3. And I have to win game 3. Do we change anything? I don't think so. It's possible that an Ashiok is better than Shadow's Verdict, but I don't think it's too terribly likely that that's the case. Okay, I need my deck to agree with me. We won despite my deck last game. At least in the initial phases. Come on, deck, play nice with me. Lands and spells. Preferably in the order of discard early, good threats mid, bombshells late. With, of course, the mana interweaved to cast them. AKA, I would like to play the game in a very specific way. Oh, man. This is a struggle. This has lands and spells. Our opponent mulliganed. Oh, God. So here's a nice learning moment, potentially. When you're mulliganing, you're not just thinking, like, can I cast my spells? Right? You're thinking of, like, is this sequence enough that only a couple more cards allow me to win this game? And I don't think that's the case here. Right? Because by the time we get this online, specifically, it's going to be too late. This is reactionary, and it only really hits Narset. This is reactionary, and it only really hits Kahira, but it's like way later in the game. Fetid Pools, potentially we can cycle through, but that once again just takes too long. I think this has to be a mulligan. Let me know in the comments if you disagree, but I'm fairly certain that it had to be a mulligan. And we were rewarded. This is a substantially better hand. We have a turn 1, turn 2, like turn 3. Yeah, this is a great hand. We'd probably cut the Thought Distortion. They took another mulligan, absolutely. We probably cut the Thought Distortion because by the time we get to 6 mana, our opponent is most likely not going to have very many cards in hand. The biggest potential issue with this setup is if our opponent like happens to play some threat early. But the fact that they had the mulligan to 6 here, or mulligan down to 5 here, is very good. And it evens it out from the game 1 where I had the mulligan to 5, so getting a bit of a comeuppance here. And for what it's worth, I do believe I should have lost game 2. I think that if my opponents were taking in the entire situation here, they would have seen I have a ton of mana, and I've just not been spending it to cast anything really. They had both Ventress and Ardenvale. Sure, they were killing me with Kahira, but they had more access to threats later on, but they only had this one answer. So if I was going to be able to just plop an answer, a threat down, and they had no answer to it, then what happened was going to happen, right? Whereas if I kill Kahira, I'm still top decking every turn. Sure, I had a Mazemind Tome at that point, I think, but my Mazemind Tome is not the same at all to a Castle Ventress and a Castle Ardenvale. And I think both were active at the same time. I think they had enough mana to do both. So I really think that them countering the Rebuke in that second game lost them this match. Obviously, it would have been potentially different if I hadn't mulled to 5 in game 1. Obviously, them mulling to 5 here in game 3 is not great for them. They could be roping. They could just be like doing something similar to me, is talking about this. Maybe they're a content creator, Jousburb, possibly Portuguese. I'm not entirely sure, but we win. Our win rate is 85. We have not lost yet. We've been on a roll with Bolas. I'm sure there are different changes I could make, but I like to think a lot of it is some tight plays, and of course I've been playing Bolas since freaking day 1 on Arena. Essentially, I don't know if that's literally true. I've been playing Zombie since day 1, but since I had the chance, I've been playing Bolas, and I like to think that I've come to learn what it takes to play Bolas in Historic on Arena. So. More sweet Bolas games. I absolutely love Bolas. So I'm super glad enough people were kind of enthused about me having a week of Bolas. That is on the horizon. Anyway, I'd like to thank my lovely patrons, especially Fogwind, for the continued support. If you'd like to join them and support the show, you'll find links in the description below. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff really does help out the channel. And yeah, until next time, all be one.